are at UC EXPO 2019 and I'm on the Cisco booth joined by Aruna. Aruna, how are you doing?
Very, very good.
Are you enjoying the show?
Absolutely. It's my first time here at UC EXPO and it's been fantastic.
Well, it's been very busy, and mainly because you guys at Cisco have had you've made a big announcement at the show.
We did our first announcement at Enterprise Connect, and then the follow-up of that announcement on cognitive collaboration has been here at UC EXPO. So if you think about cognitive collaboration, we are actually changing the name of the game in terms of how people are actually going to collaborate in the workplace. So when I say we have had a big launch on cognitive collaboration, it's about being able to bring in the intelligence and the context across various different ways in terms of how people actually collaborate. Whether you're joining a meeting, you're collaborating with someone with Teams collaboration tools, or you're doing a call through using the calling options, or even the cognitive collaboration theme is even across our contact center. That is the launch which we actually did here at UC EXPO.
Yeah, absolutely. And I spoke to Amy Chang at Enterprise Connect, and she was brilliant telling me about the premise. And it's all about augmenting the experiences across the portfolio, isn't it, in terms of bringing intelligence and extra context into, as you said, all aspects of the portfolio, whether that's meetings, collaboration, or calling.
Yep, exactly right. So if I can go a little bit of detail and give you the use case, which is a game changer and an industry first for us here from Cisco. Not just Cisco, no other competitor actually has a similar kind of a functionality. And the reason it's a game changer, and let me take an example of a use case. If you are joining a meeting today, and let's say there are 4 people who have joined the meeting, if you mouse over the people's names, it'll only tell you the name of the person who's in the meeting. So let's assume one of the persons who have joined the meeting, his name is John Smith. And you haven't met John Smith before, and you're trying to understand who is this John Smith. If you go on LinkedIn and you put a search on John Smith, you'll probably get about 500 hits. So you really don't know whom you're actually talking to. Many a times we go through that kind of a scenario. Now, with this game-changing launch with cognitive collaboration, we will know details about the person. We'll get personal insights to everybody who basically joins the meeting. All you have to do is to mouse over the person's name. You'll get a wealth of information about the company they work in. You'll also get a wealth of information, both personal and professional information, about the person who's actually joined the meeting. We're going to take that to the next step. At this particular launch, it's available only with the meeting side. It'll be available with our Webex Teams. It'll be available with our Webex devices. It'll be available even with calling, our phones, our cloud calling with Webex Calling. Every part of our portfolio is going to go cognitive.
Wow, really exciting. Well, you mentioned cloud calling, and I wanted to talk about that to understand a bit more about how it works from integration with Webex Teams.
So, if you think about Webex Cloud Calling, that was the acquisition we actually made with BroadSoft, right? And so we have both an on-premise, HCS, BroadWorks, and what used to be called BroadSoft Cloud Calling is now going to be called Webex Calling. It's a part of our Webex brand. So think of a particular use case. Yeah, you are basically on the phone, on your mobile device, and then you come into your office. With one swipe, you can actually shift that particular call into your phone system. Right? So it's providing the same unified experience across the board, whether you join the call on a phone system or mobile device, and also on Webex Teams. Our goal is to provide a single unified experience for people actually to collaborate and provide all of the feature and functionality which is available in a traditional PBX system. If you want to transfer, if you want to mute, if you want to basically switch the call, every functionality which is available in a traditional PBX is now going to be available with Webex Calling, and also seamless integration with Webex Teams.
And how's that going to work in terms of purchasing? Will that be available on webex.com in terms of e-commerce? How's that going to look in terms of go-to-market strategy?
So go-to-market strategy is going to be available as a part of our Flex package, where you basically have the option to buy Webex Meetings, Webex Teams, as well as Webex Calling. It's available to the VARs as well as to the service providers. We always had a service provider model. Now we have a VAR channel who can basically sell Webex Calling. But in addition to that, we're also going to activate the e-commerce option to be able to sell it on webex.com. Right now we don't have it, but that is a part of our strategy which we will have in the near future.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge, isn't it, for businesses to be able to go on and pick the different Webex package that applies to them and apply calling options to that.
Absolutely. In fact, there is a secret which most people actually don't know. Here in EMEA, if you basically go to Placetel, placetel.de, you actually have an e-commerce portal where we're actually selling calling. It's only available in Germany, and we're going to expand the scope across all of EMEA, and we will expand the scope and we'll integrate that as a part of the Webex.com portal too.
Yeah, well, really exciting. So I think Webex Calling went GA, is it today in EMEA, and it's the rest of the world towards the end of the month? Am I right on that?
No. So Webex...
I'm never normally right.
So Webex.com has been our e-commerce channel, which is primarily geared towards SMB, and it's been there for the last 10 years. It looks like it's the world's best kept secret.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's our no-touch model. When I say no-touch model, an SMB buyer can go to Webex.com, using his credit card, he can do a simple swipe, and he can buy Webex meetings. Webex Teams is available for free for any end customers when they buy Webex Teams.
Within a Webex package.
Within the Webex package. And soon we'll add the option to basically buy calling using Webex.com.
Oh, really exciting. Well, I'm glad you've clarified for me. And I think that all circles back to what you were talking about initially, doesn't it? In terms of you're now going to have these, when the calling becomes available for e-commerce, you're going to be able to have that feature, and the cognitive element is going to be integrated within all of it. It's really exciting.
Bingo. Right, so you can have, a meetings product or a video audio conferencing product. You can have a Teams collaboration product and a calling. We are the only vendor in the market who has an end-to-end integrated portfolio, which provides the same unified, simple experience, regardless of how you're actually experiencing the collaboration technology. And the icing on the cake from our side is that the same cognitive capability, which is now available with Webex meetings, is going to be available with calling on the phone system, on our headset. It's going to be available with Webex Teams. So, and it'll be available with contact center. So the AI, the cognitive capability to know the person you're actually collaborating with, because we live in the world where we have to collaborate anytime, anywhere, and most of the time it's not easy to do it face-to-face like you and I are doing it. But we want to provide the same experience, and the cognitive collaboration is the icing on the cake, which basically is a game changer, industry first, and only Cisco has it.